Okay, hello anybody watching this. This is Magic Neoshinron. My name's George Talbert. I have trouble saying my own name. George, like the bad presidents, the Bushes, and one debatably good president. You know, Washington was good, but apparently had slaves. But everybody did back then, so, I do not judge past figures by today's standards, even if they were slave owners. Unless they had sex with their slaves, then I do a little bit of judgment. I don't think Washington did that, but maybe he did. Wow, we're getting off on tangents really early here, people. Let's just go to this replay. The reason this is even being a replay is because I did it, folks. In this duel, we're going to get out, I don't know how to say this, a Phantasmal Martyr Ulta Male Bish-Balkan. I get out the level 12 synchro, which is one of the craziest synchros in the game. And then I stick him under a 4-material Magnus, which is the strongest XYZ in the game. And this guy here doesn't read Magnus. And this is a rather entertaining duel. And I'm going to try to not ruin it by talking too much. But ready? I start out doing the thing. I open this way every duel almost because I'm playing the 2 cards I just used. I play 3 of those and 3 cards that search them. Tuning here searches the little Synchron, and heavy forward searches the infinity track. Okay, so that's 6 copies of the 2 cards I need to do what I just did in a 20-card deck. And then I play 3 Karakuri monsters most of the time, which is a different level 4 Earth Synchro. So I'm playing a lot of openers to do what I just did. Anyway, but I didn't open the way I really wanted to because things are going very slow here. Like this deck is supposed to do what I just did. It's supposed to do that like 2 turns ago, but this guy played slow. Now I've got out, with the skill I just used, I popped a spell under him. That's the only way he has 4 materials right now. Usually I would have put heavy forward under him, but I think he mysticaled it. So I wasted a skill ticket getting this dude that regeneration skill that puts a spell under an XYZ monster just to do crap like this. Now there is a rank 4 machine XYZ that gets out the Magnus as well, and it is much easier to get out Magnus with him. And the same skill works with him, right? So you make your rank 4 guy that gets out Magnus, put heavy forward on him, and then pop a spell under him. And by doing that, like sometimes you'll have 2 heavy forwards on the field. It's possible to get a 6 material Magnus. And let's see if I can click on Magnus and see if we can read his 6 material. Oh, the screen isn't big enough, but for 6 materials, can you see what it says? Opponent cannot add cards from deck to hand by card effects. That's what we call a Thunder King Rayo effect for people that are really old school like me. If you can't add cards from your deck to your, that's what Thunder King Rayo used to do. It used to be an entire deck type built around that concept. So Magnus right now, the reason we're doing this is Magnus is 3600 attack and is totally unaffected by all card effects except his own. And this guy doesn't know that. Look at him wasting a Dark-End Dragon on him. I love this. He went through his entire deck, and I just let him. He eventually got out a synchro that could have beat Magnus by battle, and at that point I used Magnus's first effect, which is a quick effect return to deck thing. The only problem with his easiest effect is that it targets, but other than that, return to deck non-destruction is probably the most powerful form of removal, if only it didn't target, The only problem is that it targets, like Orcus Ding does not target, that's why he's so good. But returning to deck is even better than like banishing stuff, because if you're back in the deck, like you're like really separated from that guy's hand, you're out of the play state. You have to be searched again to get back into the game. So Magnus is the best XYZ we currently have in the game, in my opinion. Now you could make arguments for certain other combos of XYZs, like the entire digital bug package. Oh, is this the guy? Nope, that's not the guy. I took that damage because it didn't kill me. This guy kept on healing himself with these resonators, man. So I just beat that crap out of him. Slowly, too. Now, see, dude, I'm doing this thing with, like, these, what are they, super heavy samurais. I honestly don't know why I'm playing these guys. The idea was that, Infinitrack, ready? Level 4 Infinitrack, I think his name is Anchor, can special summon out that, big Benkai samurai, level 8. He summons him out in defense, dude, and that dude attacks in defense with, like, 3,500 attack or 3,400. So this guy just whips out a level 8 as a special summon that attacks from defense. 3,400 just does that. Okay, this big Benkai. Look at that, 3,500 defense. He attacks from defense. And the Anchor Infinitrack, who we search, just whips him out. Then Infinitrack takes his level and adds it to his level, making them both level 12. Then I just need to have my level 12 dragon on the field, and then I make them into Magnus, was the idea. Guess what? It's working a little bit too slow. What I'm going to do is some weird shit involving this one Machina monster. It's a level 8 Machina. You discard a monster, and he just pops out. You can use it in Orcust, actually. And then he'll be a lot easier to get out than this super heavy samurai bullshit I'm doing, okay? But this worked, and did I just put his... I just returned his super card back to the deck, and he quits. When I played that Infinitrack Searcher, I could have searched my Infinitrack dude and made Orcust ding. And I was going to do that to be flashy, but he did not let me. Anyway, that's that duel. That's the reason I'm dedicating this entire deck to getting out Magnus. Actually, the deck is dedicated to getting out this guy. But I'm going to put this guy under this guy because I'm a douchebag, and I'm doing that with Galaxy Queen's Light, which you should never play unless you're doing, like, exactly this. I mean, you could also, like, if you can get a level 8 out, like, next to a level 1, you can make them both level 8, you know, an XYZ. It's not a horrible card. It can be searched by this one weird card. What is it? Photon. It's something that, Kite Tenjo plays. There's a card that searches Galaxy Queen's Light. It's a level 4 spellcaster light monster that can search any Galaxy card. I forgot his name. He's either a Galaxy card or a Photon card. The problem is he's not that good. He has to tribute himself to do that, but he actually has amazing synergy in this particular deck because he can turn himself into a level 8. No shit. I thought about playing him. I would play him with Summoner Monk, which I sometimes throw into the deck because, ready, Summoner Monk can whip out that Infinitrack right there. He gets his effect. So Summoner Monk whips him out. That's just like playing 2 more copies of him, and 2 more copies of him. So Summoner Monk finds his way into my decks a lot, but Summoner Monk is not a very good card. But here's the thing, ready? Duel Links does not have Effect Vealer. Duel Links does not have Herald of Orange Light. To my knowledge, Duel Links does not have a hand trap that stops effect monsters. So Summoner Monk, turn 1, to my knowledge, is perfectly golden and cannot be stopped. I might be wrong. There might be some really weird stuff that can stop him, but I don't know. Like, maybe there's this new card that just came out that's a level 8, where if someone adds a card from deck to hand, he can, like, summon himself, and then they banish their entire hand face down and draw that many cards. Look him up. He just came out. But he's currently one of the only hand traps that can really mess with people on turn 1. Okay, I made this video way longer than it was supposed to be. Goodbye.